Good morning. This is View from the Pew. It is Wednesday, September 2nd, 2020, and we're continuing to look at the commands of Christ. Let me just remind you that the reason we're doing this is simply because Jesus said, in order to disciple the nations, we've got to teach them to observe all he commanded them to do. So we need to know the commands of Christ so that we can teach others the commands of Christ. This is more of an explicit command, and let me read to you from Matthew 19, 13 through 15. And listen to what Jesus says. Now, I want you to picture yourself as a parent with a child that you love, and Jesus is doing his ministry, and you're aware of him, and you know what a great teacher he is. You're seeing him as a miracle worker. This might even be the Messiah. So, you want to go see Jesus with your child because you love your child and you want your child to meet Jesus. So here's what it says. It says, "Then little children were brought to him that he might put his hands on them and pray. But the disciples rebuked them." Now who's the them there? All I can think of is the them is the parents. Sort of like, why are you bringing? The master's busy. What's going on? He doesn't have time for little children or something like that. But Jesus said, verse 14, "Let the little children come to me and do not forbid them, for of such is the kingdom of heaven." And he laid his hands on them and departed from there. So the simple command is, you make sure that you never stand between a child and Jesus. Let the children come to Jesus. Let the children come to Jesus. It's so very, very important. You may think that there are bigger fish to fry, but according to Jesus, there are not, because of such is the kingdom of heaven. You see the clearest picture and reflection of the kingdom of heaven when a small child comes to Jesus. As a matter of fact, I'd say to you this, it's going to feel that way one day when you stand before him as if you are a small child and you're approaching the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. So there's this picture of an infant, a small child coming and them simply wanting Jesus to pray over him and them and bless their children. So isn't that what every parent should want? Not the church, not the pastor, not the leaders in the church. We ought to do everything we can to make sure that child can come to Jesus. So let the little children come to Jesus. It's as simple as that. Jesus really does love the little children. I pray God blesses your day, and I hope that you can join us tonight at 6:15 as we finish up the book of James. There's some really good truths in this passage we're going to look at about prayer and pursuing those who have strayed from the faith. So I hope you'll join us for that. And this coming Sunday, it's Labor Day weekend, but I want to strongly encourage you to be active somewhere in church. Even if your only choice is to be engaged online, be active and be there. If you can be in person, be in person. I believe we honor God when we do that. So we'll meet at 9:30 and 11. I'll be looking at the end of Matthew 25, I think it's verses 31 through 46, as we talk about the Gentiles' relationship to the Jews and why it's important to Jesus. And then 2 p.m., we'll do our Sunday school online and starting in the book of Isaiah. I certainly hope you'll join us for that as well. God's word is so awesome, and what a privilege it is to get in it. And so I encourage you to do that. Have personal devotional time. You love others today, and you serve others, and you make disciples today. God bless.